My name is Scarlett, and in the last, I don't know what we call these things, episode of talking about my music, I kind of talked you through this next song that I'm about to release. It's called Excuse Me, and the writing process for that, and how it was written in a fit of indignation driving home. Now I want to talk you through what the next steps were with this song and how I got it into the recording process and in the recording studio. When I went into the recording studio, I went with 80, 100 songs that I had selected out of the many more that I had written to bring to Scott, that we combed through. He listened to little bits and pieces of every single one, and we together chose which ones we felt were the top, 20 or 30, and then I culled that down further. And this one for me was like, I don't think anyone heard it but me, but I was like, I gotta do this song. And when we finally then culled it down and we decided to dial into what we call the writing process, arranging, making sure we have all the right chords, the right space, this song was one of the coolest ones to see evolve, because in the pre-production phases we're like, what's the style of the song? And previously with him I had recorded this song called which is this kind of rock, more skewed song. It's kind of a banger. I was like, I kind of want Aretha Franklin's version of for this song, whatever that meant to me. He was like, yes. So we added this kind of R&B vibe to this rock vibe, and we ended up with Excuse Me. And I think we really nailed it. I think the person who also really just took it above and beyond was Eli Menendez, who played guitar and bass on this song. And there's this great video of him playing the solo on this. And it was like one of those moments, and we did this all, it was Zoom because it was done all remotely. Eli's in Texas. Scott did it from his home studio, and I was home. I think I'd just flown back from Paris from visiting my sister, and he just hit this solo, and it was magic. It was like, that's it. And I mean, so there's a lyric in this song, talk, 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 all you do is talk. And I always think in my head of Snoopy, if you know Charlie Brown, and the teacher that's never on screen, that's off screen, going, wah, 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 wah. And we literally, Eli literally encapsulated that sound in the guitar solo. He threw a literal wah pedal on the guitar that makes it sound like the guitar is talking, and it was so well done. It was so fun and funky. I have to give credit where credit is due. Tess LaBelle came in and did background vocals, and she just added this quality of vocal that I don't have. I'm a little bit of a straighter singer, and she just has a little bit more of a bluesy sound, and it just really flushed that out with the backgrounds. And then probably in the recording process, the thing that I don't know if we knew if it would make it in, or if I knew. I mean, when we recorded it, but I was like, I kept saying, no, leave it in, leave it in, leave it in. I even did a version where we took it out and you're wondering what it is, right? And then I was like, no, it's not as fun, which is the things that you'll hear is there's a lot of things that sound like I'm on a telephone or like an old telephone. And it's actually recorded on this copper mic that makes everything sound like it's kind of coming through a telephone vibe. We actually use it on a number of songs. Let's see if you can figure out which other songs have it. But on this one, it was for all of the ad-libs where I'm just talking. It's like, at first we were like, is this gonna be too messy? And at the end of the day, I think it made the song just so much more fun and so much more dynamic. And listen up for them and see if you can hear all of them. There's a lot. And I actually wrote those ad-libs in 30 seconds before I went up to record them. I was like, wait, we were just doing all the backgrounds that I do on it, and all the little extra things. And he's like, do you want to do some ad-libs? And I was like, yeah. So I just wrote them real quick while I was trying to talk at the same time. I'm not the best multitasker. And then when it was just ad-libbed them in, and we popped them in, and we left almost every single one. I think we took one or two out that made it just a little too messy. Yeah, I think that's all you need to know. It was a really cool evolution, this song. It's one of the songs I'm the most proud of. I'm proud of every song. I say that about every song. I think also it's super clear what it is, and the vibe is just super on the nose, and I can't wait for you to hear it. It's just a lot of fun, and I can't wait for you to tell me what your favorite part of it is. Anyway, that's all for today. Have a good one. Talk soon. Bye.